Hey folks, how you all doing? This is Khan, or coming to you with another Company of Heroes 1v1. Today we're bringing back someone we haven't seen in a bit of time. It's Panzer GrenadierAngreifen. He is up here in the north playing the blue-trunked forces of the Wehrmacht. And down here in the southwest playing the UKF. It is Fredbrik. We have not seen him for a while, but he's been featured on the channel before. This map, of course, is Crossroads. And we can take a quick look at commanders before we get too much further into it. So, starting off with Fredbrik, of course, he brings in Mobile Assault Regiment with that land mattress, the Royal Engineer Regiment with all of that awesome AVRE, and command vehicle buffs, and attack support regiment with the FOP. Kind of interesting thing, but you never really tend to see it. And by the way, this is something you never really tend to see either. It is, as you can see, scatter reduced for the 3-inch mortar emplacement, which means we might be seeing some mortar play after all. But actually kind of fun to see that. Now, Panzer Grenadier, what's he bringing to the fray? He's already made his infantry company, and he is quickly rushing out a sniper. He has got Jaeger Armor Doctrine with that very, very strange Regal. Was it 43? Yeah, 43 anti-tank mines, as well as Mechanized Assault Doctrine with plenty of call-ins, and Elite Troops Doctrine with the Stormtroopers and the Jaeger Light Infantry and so on and so forth. We are going to see immediately that there's some immediate engagement between Grenadiers and those Tommies. I'm not going to do a whole lot though, basically just the Tommies coming forward, just kind of toss off a couple rounds and retreat back into a building, which will drive the Grenadiers in by their own turn away. Before this game gets too crazy and out of control, I will say I am looking to create a short video series on breaking down the maps and kind of giving you guys a little bit better idea of some of the common strategies you might be fighting against in your own matches, as well as really trying to get the most out of each map. Like Crossroads itself, I know it's fairly kind of easy to understand a couple of these maps, but getting optimal capturing routes and firing lanes and so on and so forth, maybe the best build orders for each map. We are going to see these universal carriers coming up here at that 30 cal, and he's definitely ripping into those Grenadiers. Grenadiers getting outshot here, but the sniper comes up as well and announces his presence with a good old-fashioned headshot. Will he get another one though? I'm not entirely sure. No, instead looks like the universal carrier is going to press forwards ever so slightly and just gently suggest that sniper doesn't get too frisky. We are going to see down in the south, these Tommies have already capped out their fuel point over here and put up a trench, so not going to be a lot of fun for those Germans to deal with. Those trenches can be a little bit, not overpowered, but definitely very, very strong things to consider, at least in the early game. Panzer Grenadier, by his own measure, though, has got himself his own fuel capped up. And that's good too, considering that those Brits will probably very much rush in that, maybe even a AEC. Sniper in the meantime, getting closer, trying to decap that center VP. It's not going to happen very quickly though. And let me turn off these things. 1 second, folks. Issues with the notifications. Sniper in the meantime is backing up, but the Tommies are right nearby, so kind of a problem here if you are a German sniper. In the southwest, we are going to see... Oh my gosh, did he rush into... No, he somehow has already rushed into a base MG, so you see him get backed off right about now. And the Grenadiers are getting pinned. But this universal carrier over here has some engine damage, so that guy is definitely not going to do too well. Oh, never mind, he's going to be backed away, forced back pretty darn quick by supporting Tommies on that one. In the meantime, the Tommies have managed to cut a jagged hole into Panzer Grenadier's lines. Very, very surprising. But the sniper himself, even though he's at half health, decides to be a little more aggressive and is going to start to beat on these Tommies if they do not back away. And they're doing that ultra slowly. Can you get one more shot off before those guys get back? Not quite. He doesn't have quite a firing angle on him. We're seeing that Panzer Grenadier's troops are getting devastated by a lot of rifle fire here. These Grenadiers in the middle part of the map are getting outflanked and pushed back. But there goes a Tommy squad. We have now double snipers on the map. So these Tommies are really going to start dropping at a very, very quick rate here. And this might be something excellent to get Panzer Grenadier back into this game. Like, if that sniper doesn't go down, if he goes down, that's kind of a big manpower drain lost. Never mind, there he goes. So Panzer Grenadier had been in an excellent position, but then manages to drop a sniper super fast into the game. And that will be a very, very big loss there. In the meantime, Fredbrik has already managed to rush up with that platoon command post, I believe so. He's calling it an AEC as we speak. Panzer Grenadier, for his own measure, he does have Battle Phase 1, but he's not looking like he's going to tech up anytime soon. He does have the fuel for it, though, as well. Will we see that dropping in right now? Not just yet. We are going to see him actually transition around to the southeast with those Pios, even as the north comes under an assault by the Universal Carrier, and soon, in the next 15 seconds, the AEC. And he does have enough munitions to drop a Panzerfaust or two on top of the Universal Carrier. The question is whether or not he'll do it. I am happy to note that Fredbrik has not... Oh no, he's going to go for that machine gun variant on it. So it could be a big burst of firepower as necessary. But with the AEC coming onto the map, I can't help but wonder if he maybe kind of wasted the munitions. Never mind. Vickers getting himself some suppression is going to be a decent thing right there too, so... Yeah. Not an ability you ever really see used either. See, that second sniper's going to get chased back to base with that AEC chasing after him. And now a mechanized company has been made. And that poor sniper is probably going to go down from this very, very gutsy dive. This AEC. And Panzer Grenadier, he looks a little bit confused. He's been an excellent player for a lot of time here, but he seems to be very, very... distracted is not the right word, but he seems to be kind of put out here. His Pak-40 is finally being made after being under assault by this AEC, this diving AEC, mind you, for a very, very long time. Because the important thing he's got that on the map, he's got a Panzerfaust coming out to slam into the AEC, put some engine damage on it. But he is down almost 100 tickets already. It's 403 to 490 right about now. And although both British vehicles have engine damage, looks like one of them has been repaired. It's kind of self-healing already. That's not really an option for the AEC. Big issue. In the meantime, though, we are going to see the sniper has fallen back again. He's being pushed back consistently, and these diving Tommies have just been such an issue for Panzer Grenadier in the early stages of this game. But now there is a Pak-40 on the field, and although they're rolling engineers in to repair the excuse me, I'm having a hard time talking right now. To repair the AEC, that Pak-40 will be putting a lot more damage on it if it's not more wary with its positioning. There is also now a 55 caliber sniper on the map, that boy's anti-tank rifle. He's just kind of hopping around the map. If those Grenadiers get close at all, we will see him probably get picked up here. As it is, both Tommy squads are savaged by short-range SMG fire. And now that they see this sniper, he's going to be forced to retreat rather rapidly. But of course, I will run the Germans right back into that Vickers on top of the Brent carrier. It is good to note, though, that for Panzer Grenadier, he does finally have a tiny bit of a breathing space. Although his infantry keeps getting hammered every single time he comes out onto the map, the Brits are not in great position either, and with a Pak-40 on the map, hopefully getting some position on him anytime soon? No, he's just dropping back again. Not entirely sure why on that one. I was going to say he's got things back under control here, but now that Fredbrik is bringing in a second AEC, Panzer Grenadier is either going to have to invest in another anti-tank gun, or he's going to have to be very, very quick with utilizing materials such as, you know, Panzerfaust, or getting something like the Shrek on it, so like P-Grens maybe. But it's not happening just yet. We're going to see Fredbrik has decided to go for Royal Engineer Regiment, so the designated command vehicle, my guess is... No, stand fast, excuse me, I'm sorry. Wait, what? Why did he do that?
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
I can't help but wonder he picked the wrong thing. Confusing. Very confusing indeed. Mostly because I don't think anything needs to be repaired. And there's no placements on the map anyway, so yes, I'm a little confused right now why he chose that particular idea. We are going to see the Royal Engineers do have hazard removal kits on top of them, so minesweepers are completed, and I will probably see a lot less in the way of subterranean munitions being utilized by the Germans. We are going to see that second AEC is now out on the map, and he is putting some hurt onto those Pioneers, dropping two, pushing them away pretty severely. And this Pak-40 seems to be just barely out of range of this AEC, but does at least encourage the usage of that 30 munition smoke screen, and that's a good thing right there, at least for the Germans for the time being. Other AEC though just kind of just slides back around and says, you know what, I can flank you. Oh wait, no I can't, you're an anti-tank gun, and that hurts. So he's going to back away as well, but the Brits continue to have a 2-to-1 cap advantage. The 354 to 490. Panzer Grenadier is kind of taking I'm not sure he's taking it easy or what he's doing here, but he's definitely under a lot of pressure, even if he doesn't act like it. You're going to see that sniper, excuse me, the surviving sniper, because there was a brother of his who just kind of bought it. Only has 6 kills right now. Seems to be a ways off from that next bit of veterancy, or is he? Or is he? He's pretty close, never mind.
We have a mortar team available for deployment.
But now we're going to see is a little bit of a concern right about here, that these Tommies are taking a position up here in the northwest, and it's not just any position, it is that whole fuel position as well, and that's a problem. Where do those mines go down? Cannot find those mines. Ah, that's what he's trying to do. Yep, here goes a designated command vehicle. My guess is, yep, that's a universal carrier. And of course, he is starting to throw out things like command vehicle air support. So it's just a consistent bit of recon for that sniper to kind of go in and out as much as he wants to. Watch him start to pick on this mortar squad here. Or is he? No, he's going to go after that sniper. He's out in the open. That guy's going to get picked off here. Yep, there he goes. One shot, one kill. And that's not the kind of material you want to see from your snipers. You want to see a lot more effective use of your manpower. Panzer Grenadier, after taking out one squad early on, he is definitely bleeding out quite a bit. And with that consistent air cover that he's got, as well as now that mortar pit that's been put down, I don't know, my friends, Panzer Grenadier is certainly up against it for the foreseeable future. The question is now, where is that Pak-40? He has pushed himself down to the southeast, which allows these AECs to come up north to beat on this MG42. Add in the fact that, what the heck is this thing over here? I know that's command air. Yep, never mind. There's another button there. Why is there another button? But it appears he was not quick enough to get away, and forgive me folks for missing that death. Aha. Question is, was it the Pak-40 that did that? Yep, Pak-40 slid forward, popped off 2 rounds, and took out that bad boy right there. In the south, we're going to see that the Germans have gone and decapped and actually recapped the fuel for themselves. They have not picked up the VP at all, which is kind of confusing for me. But he does at least have a little bit more map presence now. Tommies, in the meantime, are going to try to pick up the strategic point and put a little bit of pressure back on top of this anti-tank gun. The anti-tank gun, since it only has prioritized vehicles, really should be backing away, and it will be doing so. P-Grens, in the meantime, will run afoul of this other AEC and these Tommy squads, though both do end up falling back in their own time. Machine gun to the north, he can't do a whole lot. Now 222 on the map as well. It's still not going to be great for the Germans. I mean, the Germans are kind of very much outgunned right now, evidenced by the increasing bits of fire that come slung their way. And am I wrong? Has bolster squads been utilized as well? Nope, bolster squads has been picked up, and Fredbrik is definitely doing rather well with the Brits on the map. Although the Germans did drop their own strategic point, keeping their fuel in supply, they will be picking up their natural fuel point yet again. Unfortunately for them, this heavy armor-piercing sniper is still in the area here, and he's going to be causing quite an issue. Especially now that he's on the map and getting closer and closer. This 222 is not going to do very well. Spotting scopes have been applied to him, of course, since he's gone for a Jaeger armor doctrine. Hey, in the air, the recon plane has been brought down. 222 will come under fire from the AEC, and frankly, if that sniper gets any closer, he will be lighting him up as well. German mortar, in the meantime, will be firing at the Royal Engineers in the center part of the map. And although I've been maligning Panzer Grenadier's position, he has been able to get back into it kind of effectively. Not 100%, but definitely a little bit. Very well-rounded force. He has dropped the squad of his Grenadiers, unfortunately, in the meantime. And most of his infantry is falling back to base, but he still at least is in it, and that's the important thing, right, folks? I think so. The second AEC has been designated the new command vehicle, which will make it slightly slower, I believe, and someone out there might be able to tell me on that one. Yep, moves and attacks more slowly. Armor-piercing sniper in the meantime just starts firing at that 222, and why the heck not? 283 to 490. Panzer Grenadier is just kind of very much taking a lackadaisical approach to this still, as the Brits just waltz around the map, capping what they please, putting down trenches. My friend, you cannot let the Brits get a trench position in there, but take it back. Show some self-respect, man. Good God. And what we're going to see here is a 6-pounder has been placed out on the map for really no apparent reason to me. Yes, the 222 is on the map, but that guy is whoopee. Not whoopee. Wimpy is what I meant to say. Pack 40, can he get another round off? Can he take that AEC? He looks like he's out of that firing arc. No, he's not. Never mind. Panzer Grenadier takes out that AEC. There's still a command AEC on the map, and the Brits themselves are inside that trench. But they get forced away right about now. I won't say it's funny that that first AEC got taken out, but I really thought that smoke screen was going to keep him alive. I guess when you cheat back to the south of Fordham, just outside of that smoke screen and just barely inside of that line of fire there, so well done.
Our industry grows to support.
And that other recon plane does get taken out, and these Royal Engineers come under fire again from this mortar and get pushed back, blowing out some of the little bit of that great wall that's in the southern part of the map and the great signpost of the west. Meantime, that armor-piercing sniper just continues to be a pain in the tuchus for the Germs. Another round's going to come out. Yep, takes out 2 guys. He's up to now Vet 1. So critical shot. What is that bad boy? Yep. Okay, so disabling the unit. Big issue for especially light vehicles like the 222. And now since he really has no counterpart on the map anymore, he really can be as aggressive as he wants to. The armor-piercing sniper does not benefit from camouflaging quite the same way as other snipers. They have to always be actually in cover to do so. See, right about now, he does go pick off a model real quick, but will he come under fire? No, the answer to that is no. He's going to be forced back instead. 249 to 490. Panzer Grenadier is now down over 200 VPs. Excuse me, 200 tickets, rather. And these Panzer Grenadiers are rushing forward. I'm not entirely sure why, my friends. He just drops a bunch of models super quick. Tommies, in the meantime, are trying to get inside this house. Maybe. Yes, no, yes, no, no, yes, no, yes. They're inside this house, but I can't help but wonder if there's any kind of grenade that gets utilized. That house would come boiling down, and that would just be all she wrote about those guys. Now, Faust has gone out in the AEC as well, and this shreked up squad rushes forwards to the attack, heavily damaging him, and I think this command AEC is going to go down as well. And yes, he does. He buys it. And folks, that's not what you want to see if you are a Brit on this map. Looks like that was another kill. Yep, for that Pack 40. He's up to Vet 1 right about now. And although a lot of German infantry is backing up, the death of the AECs, and the Bren carrier for that matter, will continue to be quite an issue for the Brits. We are going to see him bringing in a Cromwell right about now, and that's probably the best choice he has under the circumstances. Panzer Grenadiers coming under attack from the engineers in the back, but no, a bundle grenade comes out and takes out an entire squad of Royal Engineers after Fredbrik doesn't notice the attack quickly enough. And with the structure braced as well, another 12 seconds, 11 seconds before he can even fire again. That's just a wonderful thing right there if you're a German player. The German's getting his own bit of hazard removal kit. The 6-pounder starts to get circle strafed like crazy. Question is, can this 222 take him out, the model, before he's forced away? The answer to that question is yes, but now he's got to book it because that sniper is really hammering into him. Never mind, there he goes. He goes down, folks. That is just a shoddy chance right there. MG42 is putting fire, though, on this recrewed 6-pounder. And Panzer Grenadiers are being run over by this Cromwell, and it's just really kind of frustrating for me because I think the crush for Allied vehicles really is still too much these days. Cromwell, though, does charge to the fore and gets pushed back almost as quickly. Goes down to about 40% health in like 3 seconds. Machine gun's going to take some incidental fire from this garrison over here in the house. And now this Pack 40 is getting cut off as well, so I'm a little concerned right now for the immediate future for this anti-tank gun. Now the Cromwell, for his own part, is still under fire for this Pack 40, who is just still has him in range, and a Panzerfaust comes out from these Grenadiers and will take him out as well. So Pack 40 does get decrewed, and that's a problem right there. But trading a crew on a Pack 40, which you can recrew later on, for a Cromwell, well, in my book, that makes it a rather juicy target. Tommies in the middle part of the map do get forced back 246 to 455, and finally the Germans are really draining points away from their opponents. Is he going to start upgrading the other Shreks? These guys are other Shreks over here? No, he cannot. He doesn't have quite have the munitions for it just yet. Nor does he really have necessarily the reasoning behind it. He will toss down a recon overflight to see right along the center part of the map, where does he want to go? And dear God, is that a broom bar? Is that a broom bar I see? It is a broom bar. Isn't that just a lovely thing to see? I'm not sure why necessarily, but why the heck not, you know? Peagrams in the meantime do rush down again, and unfortunately for those guys, those STGs are just not what are keeping them in the fight. In fact, I mean, it's just like they come in close, and all they do is get carved up by these Brits with the SMLEs. Now, Recon Overflight is in good position because I don't believe the Brits really have any kind of anti-air other than the Centaur to really back up and stop recon materials. And that's just kind of a pain right there, but that's just how it goes, I suppose. So the Sturmpanzer 1 der Brumba has now come to the field, and that's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Mostly because the AP sniper will do decently against it. Heck, so will that 6-pounder for that matter. But the Brumba just doesn't get enough love in my mind. I mean, that poor guy, he's there, he's listening, and he's got adorable sniping scopes now with the spotting scopes. He should really go for that machine gun sooner rather than later. But he does announce his presence super quickly, and so does that 6-pounder as well. So, oof, never mind though. When he takes shots like that, you know, you can't help but be happy with it. Pyos in the meantime are getting forced back, coming under fire from these mortars yet again and again and again. Peagrams now say, you know what? This is my friend, the Bear over here, and I do not want him coming under fire. And they will force back the 6-pounder at least a little bit longer. Question is, can they get in on top of this mortar pit? Answer to that is maybe it's not necessary. Instead, they just going to throw a bundle grenade at this 6-pounder. Doesn't even need to decrew it. That thing just kind of gets taken out by itself by just regular guns. And the Broom Bar did very briefly find itself disabled because of that armor-piercing sniper. And there's that house going down, so Fredbrik dropping himself another squad. He was in really great shape. He really was. But then, whether because of some bad luck with RNG or just shame in general, he drops a bunch of squads super quick. 6-pounder is back on the map. Not for maybe for too long though. Wow, never mind. That mortar pit throws down 2 rounds and takes out 75% of a Grenadier squad. Is the mortars coming back the other direction now from the Germans? Yes, but it's just not going to really do enough damage. Unfortunate right there, that is. Another Cromwell is going to come to the field, and though the German Pack 40 hasn't pushed back to base, I still wouldn't feel too wonderful if I were the Brits. He knows that an anti-tank gun is on the map. He knows about the Panzerfausts, and frankly, he knows about the Broom Bar and the Shreks. So to me, it's like asking for trouble. But, you know, it's Fredbrik. I will not presume to tell the man in a game he's already played a long time ago what to do. So, I mean, it's his game. And apparently he decides to think better of it and instead start to go for the... I always want to say it's the Firefly, I believe. Yes, it is. That's right. That silhouette is, in fact, a Firefly. Now, I can never remember... Oh, and the same kind of muzzle of that gun. If we put that gun on a Cromwell, then at that point it becomes a Comet, of course. In the meantime, Royal Engineers have come over here in the northwest, trying to take back some of these points that the Germans pressured down in the south. Now, I'm kind of confused why he doesn't decide to start taking out these trench or go for a double cap. It might be a good idea right there. But it seems he's busy microing in the north, and wow, after that kind of shot, I can't blame him. One round takes out 4 engineers. We'll notice, by the way, that the other engineer squad has gone down. And there we are. Finally, they are going to start taking out this trench. It should have been dead by now, though. And in the meantime, these other P-Grens are going to rush forward, trying to push back these Tommies. We're going to see another... Nope, we're not going to see another grenade. So what we'll see is that these Shreks will somehow miss the trench that is 3 feet in front of them. Kind of a, you know, an ahistorical matter there, but hey, that's just me. Trip cap has existed, though, for the Germans, and will exist for another 5 or 8 seconds. Which will make up more of that ground that's been lost, 237 to 377, only down 140 tickets now. But with a lot of his infantry back in base, Panzer Grenadier has surrendered a great deal of the initiative, and he doesn't even know that this Firefly is on the map. I have to worry now, too, about this whole tulip rocket business. So if he has these, that broom bar can go down with an entire, just on one salvo, so the 2 rockets hit him. And then, you know, things like, good gosh, like that. He's having stunned. The 6-pounder's firing at him. He might be able to limp away, just barely. Yes, he makes away from, there's the first one. Pack 40's going to fire at him. Bam, slams into him. Question is, yep, he's going to get away. There we go.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
Firefly does get away with only taking a little bit of health damage. In the meantime, Pyos are forced back to base, and really, it's for the best. Double Shreks, though, on these P-Grens, and we're going to see if he's going to get close. 1 volley from those 4 Shreks. If they hit, that Firefly is toast. Now it looks like that's going to be the goal of these squads as well. Death Squad rushing in. Oh, never mind, though. Every single one of them misses. No, 1 hit. 1 had to have hit, but dear God. That low, and a bundle grenade is going to come out instead. Hammering into this infantry section, going to force them back. You do see that Fredbrik has been taking devastating losses in the last several minutes here, as evidenced by the much reduced level of veterancy on his troops. Now the Germans, for their own part, yes, they have been losing forces throughout this map, but it doesn't seem to be anywhere near the same kind of losses that Fredbrik has been taking. Now, how healthy is this trench? It's still in really good shape, so it might behoove Panzer Grenadier to really be taking that bad boy out as well. Fredbrik has now finally got himself the opportunity to get Bren guns rather. He's placing down some of his own mines in the north, looking to really pick on any kind of attacking German forces, and he's trying to take back both VPs at the same time. He's going to get at least a decap out of one of them, and probably a cap out of the other. So that very, very quick gap that was getting closed is now going to start to grow again, I would say, for the Brits. Oh no, never mind. The Grenadiers say, you know what, you take my position, I take your position as well. And you will pay, my friend. You will pay dearly. But maybe not today. And he backs up just before he gets roasted and toasted by those Tommies again with a Bren gun. Now, I'm not 100% sure necessarily on the fire disparity between the two, but it does sometimes seem to me that the Bren gun, rather, is a little bit too effective as it goes against like the LMG 42 for the Germans. You see right there, Bren gun fires in one very long continuous burst and almost takes out a Pioneer squad pretty much on his own. Now, Shrek squads continue to rush forwards, trying desperately to take out this stupid structure, that mortar pit that's just been a giant issue for them. Another bundle grenade does go down, trying to pick up on that anti-tank gun, and instead we're just going to see it get forced away. And indeed, will we see another grenade coming out from these P-Grens? No. Instead, we're just going to see him continuing to fire from close range. His troops are down to half strength. Pack 40 comes forward. Can he take on a couple more rounds? Structure is braced. I'm not sure he's going to take it out. It'd be very, very difficult. If I get to see his Pack 40 get decrewed yet again. In the meantime, the broom bar just takes fire, just kind of shrugging it off. And there goes the Pack 40. It does get decrewed after all. Question is, how close is he to Elephant? 720. So could be kind of interesting to finally see the Elephant to be a pachyderm on the field. I guess a 6-pounder and the Firefly and the Pack 40 with his own troops. That is possible, but I think what's going to happen here, Panzer Grenadier is just wasting time. Not wasting time, excuse me. He is marking time until he can call in that Elephant, and now he can. there it's going to be any second now. There it goes. And now he's going to start resupplying all of his infantry. But with that elephant on the field, that thing is a beast. Well, look at how huge and gorgeous to a certain degree that thing is. With spotting scopes, it's going to be even better. And there's the spotting scopes right about now. So yeah, this thing is only an assault gun, but what an assault gun it is. I mean, look at the size of that trunk.
Emplacement under attack.
Mortars, in the meantime, is going to continue putting fire down, I think, on these Tommies. And the elephant's going to announce his presence with a round. Question is, how much will it do? Yikes, never mind. With the mortar pit, though, unleashing, he will decrew that mortar. And that's just frustrating right there. Elephant, in the meantime, you see it. You see him. He's going to take your mortar. Don't let him do it. And the elephant just kind of says, whatever, bro. And indeed, he fires his first round and completely whiffs on that one, so that's unfortunate. And now the Brits know that he's there, too, which is even kind of more terrifying. Another recon flight has been ordered, and Panzer Grenadier now has lost some of the versatility that he did have in his forces. Doesn't seem to bother him too much, though. Yeah, he's taking rounds now from that 6-pounder. The Pak 40 is going to be throwing rounds on him as well. But the Broom Bar is a very, very heavily armored vehicle. So at least for the immediate future, he doesn't have to worry too much about it. Pak 40, in the meantime, will finally see this elephant, and will start throwing rounds at that. And the elephant is not always the best weapon system to fire at infantry squads. Now, if I could be wrong, it's a tank destroyer for a reason. So armor at long range, that Firefly really should buy it within the next couple of minutes here if the elephant is being used at all tactically. The question, of course, is seeing it getting used tactically. 201 to 338. Grenadiers do have that 6-pounder caught in the flank, and although they're taking rounds from that sniper, they do manage to decrew the 6-pounder. It does leave the Pak 40 out on the map, and that's a problem right there. And these Grenadiers really need to book it out of there. Yep, there goes one right about now. Last model standing. Does he make it away? It does look like it does so for now. 195 to 338. Elephant continues to just laugh at the rounds that get flung its direction. P-Guns do start sliding forward as well, trying to pick up the sniper, trying to pick up this AT gun. Listen, to be able to do so as well. Yep, there it goes. It goes down. And the elephant is just going to try to take it out as quickly as possible. And why the heck not? I mean, think about it. Wow. Considering how rarely he hit the other set of, rounds. That was at the Shrek barrage that last time. He had like smart missiles this time. However, his Panzer Grenadiers really should back off. We are going to see one squad getting dropped awfully low. Yeah, time to go, bro. But then again, he takes out that Firefly, and that thing is brewed up. That thing is like a bad pot of coffee. It's just burning, dude. It's like, how do you like your coffee? Burning. I don't say black like my men. Kind of an awkward thing to say from my perspective. But you know, charred, a little bit crunchy maybe. In the meantime, that mortar pit's going to take an awful lot of fire, and that Cromwell is going to be just enough to circle strafe like crazy. But if these German tanks work together, German assault guns really work together, gonna be no problem right there to be dealing with it. Now, in the southeast, we are going to see these Pioneers are taking the strategic point, and they're going to decap the middle VP as well. If that doesn't effectively happen, then I will pretty much have to call it, I would say, for the Germans, because the only AT on the map right now is this armor-piercing sniper. That Cromwell, which is not going to do a whole lot of damage. We will see Piazza being used, actually, by this bad boy Royal Engineer squad. Elephant, in the meantime, lining up rounds, throws a round towards the Cromwell. It just barely misses it. Luckily for that Cromwell, because that elephant does a lot of damage. Indeed, the Broom Bar is tired of taking fire from these Royal Engineers as well. Takes 2 more rounds, but he does get his revenge. He's taken out 40% of the squad with 1 round on his own. And are these troops trying to take out the anti-tank gun? Not entirely sure why they're firing at it with, magazine rifles. But hey, that's their own, decision, I suppose. Mortar Pit, in the meantime, is desperately trying to take out the AT gun, if nothing else. And indeed, it's trying to might even be aiming
The enemy is determined, and we are down to 300 points.
for some of the infantry that's capping up their strategic points. We'll see the Shrek squads moving forward yet again. They're trying to pick up that sniper. That might be the most effective thing they do. And instead, they throw out a couple of rounds. They hit the Cromwell. Another bundle grenade comes out. Panzer Grenadier has been really able to use those to his advantage. And indeed, here come those Fausts again. Excuse me, Shreks again. And the Elephant is now super close to the mortar pit. I don't know how much longer that thing can really hold out. Another 6-pounder is being made. Yeah, it is still a very uphill battle now for Fredbrik. 177 to 290. It is a 2-to-1 cap only, but that's not going to last too much longer, folks. Mark my words. Good gosh. I do believe that this thing does get itself, yep, there's that bunker busting barrage. It'll be kind of fun to see. But does require him to kind of stay in one position for an awful long time. And if there's any kind of AT on the field, that's not what you want to be dealing with. But he's taking out trenches as he's backing up. He is going and putting himself into a construction kind of idea right about now. His own rounds are going to be devastating the retreating British forces. You see that a lot of their troops have not lost a lot of their models, but they are very much wounded. Sniper is now shifting forwards. That guy, how many kills does that guy have? It's got to be a ton. 41 kills. Yeah, when this guy buys it, the world will cry with the entire British forces. And indeed, we're going to see that sniper again, just locking him down. Really devastating the German ranks here. And indeed, the machine gun only has one model left. Can he make it away in time? Yes, he does. In the meantime, though, these Shrek P-Grens are shifting in. I do believe they'll be able to take out this mortar pit any second now. With this bomber grenade for style points, no, it doesn't go down. The house next to it goes down, so they got 3 little pigs by blow over here. And the mortar pit will be continued to get repaired, but I really don't know how well it's going to go. Elephant only 1 kill right now. Still kind of funny. That broom bar by itself might be doing more work, and indeed we're going to see a Panther coming onto the field as well. So that Cromwell, once that does happen, Cromwell's going to be devastatingly outgunned as opposed to just sort of outgunned. Is he using that? Yeah, the barrage. There it goes. So he fires a couple of rounds down over here. Unfortunately for him, he doesn't hit that sniper. The sniper backs away just in good time. And 105 seconds between that. Good gosh. It takes forever and a day, man. Still, it's a 2-to-1 cap. 177 to 258. Brits are up against it. And another Firefly is going to be called in. Now, is that a good decision? I don't know if I really would complain too much about that. Well, I'm trying to find the headquarters. There we go. But he has not gone to either Anvil or Hammer. To me, see, I think I would say bringing in Hammer gives you the Comet. And the Comet is, I think, in my mind, is a slightly superior vehicle, at least in this game, to the, to its fellow, let's say, tank hunter, the Sherman Firefly. Now, it's kind of unfortunate for this broom bar right about now because he is just barely in view because of that sniper. But with the Panther charging forwards, yes, the broom bar is taking a fair amount of firepower, but now the Panther can rush in, put pressure on this anti-tank gun, and really, the snipers can't do much about it. His choice is really, do I turn and face the Panther, or do I really back away in the face of this firepower and allow myself to get attacked by the broom bar and the Elephant?
Enemy threatening a capture point.
Now, the Shreks are on the map, and they're shifting forward yet again. So while the Panther is taking some damage here, and he's even backing away in the face of this kind of devastating attacks here, main gun has not been destroyed in the Cromwell. The Shreks are going to even the playing field by themselves. And these P-Guns have to move it out now before they buy it. Yep, a 3-star squad of P-Guns, you're about to need to move it away. Alrighty then. Broom bar does finally go down, though. It gets picked up by... Is that captured Pack 40 still? No, it's a 6-pounder. Excuse me, the silhouette on it is very, very similar in my mind. Elephant is kind of laughing as he takes rounds. He says, you know what, you're going to take on my friend? Well, you'll pay for that, in due time. Just not yet. I'm not done with you yet.
We're losing a capture point.
Pioneers with those flamethrowers run forwards and then very, very quickly run back as well. not really ready to be facing all of that extra firepower. And is there any kind of mechanic bunker, excuse me? No, there's not. .40 minutes gone in this game, 177 to 223. These Royal Engineers are threatening to take back the center part of this map with his Piats. But, they do know that then there is a hunting ground for the machine gun. And with that is, being considered as the case, it would be better to back away. Now the Pioneers, who are still not even completely healed up, are rushing out to go repair the Panther, and I'm kind of wondering why Panzer Grenadier does not just invest in another bit of German engineering. Heavy Panzer Corps, he's built the support one as well, hasn't he? No, he has not. He hasn't built support oh, okay, that's why. Okay. I was thinking maybe he's going to go and make support and just start building Ostvens. While it won't be great necessarily against the, against the armored vehicles, his infantry has more than enough anti-armor capability. Now instead, no, it is stuff like that very, very annoying sniper that's been keeping Fredbrik in the game. 50 kills on him. 177 to 205. I'm going to guess this Panzer is going to get thrown back into the fray very, very quickly here. Not sure if it's the right play, but I think he's going to get thrown into the fray. In the meantime, this Firefly's going to get fixed up a little bit. Where is that Cromwell? He's taking a little bit of repairs as well. He still has no main gun. And, oh, good gosh. That sniper is just really starting to irk me. And not even, forget the fact he's irking. He must be irking Panzer Grenadier like crazy, but he's really irking me. And yes, we see the Panther is charging forward, trying to pick off this Cromwell. Really should be able to do it. Meantime, LMGs pick up the mortar that had been lost before. The question is, will they hang around or no?
Emplacement under attack.
Cromwell's going to buy it. P-Gren's coming up behind him, throwing it down with authority. Grenadiers, by their own measure, though, are getting pushed away. And the Panther goes down, picked up by that valiant 6-pounder.
Enemy causing trouble.
Predictive grenade doesn't do a whole lot. Does manage to get a little bit of damage on those engineers, dropping them to about 50% health. But still, the P-Grens are by themselves here in this map. Is there enough munitions? Oh, it's going to be a long time to get that up.
The point is being overrun.
Panzer Grenadier has dropped himself another infantry squad. And slowly but surely, Fredbrik is just happening to fall back into this game. This Panzer Grenadier just cannot keep... It just seems like the second his infantry squads move forward, they get hammered. See that right about now. One squad has been damaged. One Pioneer squad's back in base. Another one's getting forced back. Yeah. Yeah, it is a very, very difficult position right now for both players, but for different reasons. One, at least for Fredbrik, it's because he can't move his vehicle forward without it getting wrecked by Shreks, no pun intended, with that whole rhyming thing going on there. But now they can Panzer Grenadier actually take and hold territory. It just seems impossible with the consistent mortar pit as well as that sniper just really, really carving into him. Now, how many kills does this mortar pit have? 22. So between the sniper and the mortar pit, I mean, good gosh. And it finally is a specialization for Hammer, which in my mind has been something long overdue. It will allow a Comet if he ever wants to go for it. Now, mines have been detected, and we see these Piat engineers again with their hazard removal kits are out and about. And a nice little volley of Panzer Shreks does come in, but does absolutely nothing to them. I've always kind of wondered if the Panzer Shrek damage against infantry has been nerfed a little bit too hard. But hey, it's not really up to me now, is it? And the P-Grunts again, like moths to a flame, it takes some sniping, and they run straight smack dab towards really every kind of infantry that's left for the Brits. A second broom bar is coming onto the field, and that could be kind of fun to see. That poor guy, his brethren, was carved down in the winter of his life. In the meantime, let's see, Royal Engineers to the north are going to get carved up by this MG and Pioneer support squad, let's call it. And indeed, this elephant has really not done a whole lot. I'm kind of wondering if he really has not selected the best decision when it comes to armored vehicles. Pioneers rush forwards again, and I guarantee you just as quickly we get rushed back to the hospital. Drop one model already. MG does open up, though, on these Tommies, and that might be enough to... Nope, never mind. I was saying to be enough to really keep him in this game. But nope, instead we see this poor guy over here gets turned into pizza with one round blowing off an arm and apparently a leg at the same time. That's just a little bit too bloody for me. Shrek Squad rushes in yet again, and just you kind of get tired of watching this as the P-Grens run in, run out, run in, run out. Broombar, the next one for the fray, does come forwards here. This is unlocked Veteran 1, yes. And he's immediately going to take hits from this Firefly, and the 6-pounder's going to get around on him, and the armor-piercing sniper got around on him. Panzer Grenadier, my friend, I would say you really need to actually start investing in legitimate either distance fighting or... Oh no, but now there's a comment on the field, so Panzer Grenadier I would say is in a hard up. He's managed to kind of throw it away a little bit. He was in a very good position for quite a bit of time here. But then unfortunately threw it away when he dove with that Panther and dropped his Broombar less than a minute or two later. I guess we are going to see that this Elephant Tank Destroyer is excellent when there's actually tanks on the map, but when there's not tanks on the map, well, that's a different story altogether now, isn't it? See the P-Grens are rushing forwards again, now that Sniper has also used his whole target weak point thing. And will the Shreks actually get hits onto that Sherman Firefly? Yes, they do. The question is, can they actually get deep enough to kill him or no?
The capture point is being overrun.
Part of me kind of wonders why Fredbrik has not just invested in a, which I'm looking for here.
You now have a new Comet tank.
A Vickers a long time ago. And again, okay, Panzer Grenadier, dude, boo-boo, please, for Pete's sake, can you just rush forward to more than just one small 2-squad attack? Yes, he has been able to destroy this Firefly, but he's now dropped a Shrek Squad for it. By the time he's rush out there, he could be a very, very scary panda if he picks up that Shrek. And indeed, here comes that Comet tank, and that Broombar is definitely outgunned. That poor guy's not going to do a whole lot. Yeah, he hits him out of rear armor, but even hitting him out of rear armor does not do that much damage. Elephant Tank Destroyer, I would say, hustles forward, but it more like ponderously shifts itself forward, and a method that might be more easily likened to Jabba the Hutt. Sniper, in the meantime, continues his madcap playtime with the entire field. Was it 23 kills and 63 kills? Yes. No one else on the map even comes close. Oh wait, 28 kills. Good gosh, I give him best by one of the first guys on the map.
The enemy have 75 points left.
Now the Tommy's over here with a Bren gun and a Shrek is a terrifying match when you think about it already. The anti-infantry, because of that Bren gun, is scary. Then to add the ability to actually have the AT on it that it does, it's probably a big reason why it's 69 to 203 right about now. 48-25 into this game. Panzer Grenadier might be kind of at a loss for words. He's going for a second, or actually about maybe even a third Broombar, a second one on the map at the same time. It's just an uncommon decision as well. Not really seeing this much in the way of Broombarage since, well, ever for me. I've never seen this kind of Broombarage. Now, unfortunately for him, these Broombars are, again, excellent against infantry, excellent against even light structures. But the Elephant Anti-Tank gun for one, or the Elephant Tank Destroyer for one, just doesn't seem to be able to fire with any kind of accuracy. Good gosh. But the Broombar is just hopeless against heavier vehicles. But maybe what's happening right about now is these Pioneers... Nope, never mind. I thought the Pioneers were going to be able to take out that trench. They do not get the chance to do so. And indeed, that Sniper continues to be such a harassing, consistent, long-term pain in the tuchus. And the surviving P-Gren squad falls back, really not able to do anything else but that. Now, Elephant tank destroyer does manage to get itself a nice round or two. Might even get another one on top of that. No, it doesn't. And indeed, now the 6-pounder has him in his sights, and another round or two. Shrek is not going to take it out. Neither is the 6-pounder. Could we see the death of something at some point soon here? Good gosh. Now, the sniper is forward, and he is not gotten... Oh, jeez. He does not have hold fire on, so the question is, can the broom bar take him out? My guess is no. He's on the move. The sniper's retreating. It's going to be very, very difficult for the broom bar to be 100% effective. Now, the dual broom bar over here in the area is kind of amusing, if for no other reason than because those infantry squads really should be kind of freaking out right about now. Now, Piats are firing at the first broom bar over here to the west, not hitting their target with any kind of consistency. Oh, luckily for Panzer Grenadier. However, what is unlucky for Panzer Grenadier is the fact that he still has no answer, really, to that stinking sniper.
An infantry section of Tommies has been trained.
Kind of amusing as well as the fact that these Piats think they're going to go and penetrate the Elephant tank destroyer. Not going to happen there, my friends. No, indeed. They do back away. They're taking fire the entire way here. Squad will not be dropped. He can't be dropped. He won't be dropped. But that's still a decent success rate. Set the Elephant off the front lines for even longer. The Germans have no idea really what to do with this at this point. 33 to 203. Panzer GrenadierAngreifen is falling back yet again. His only real squad of mainline infantry consistently going in and getting thrown back. Bunker busting shots coming out here. Yep, another round comes in almost on top of that Tommy squad. They do get medical supplies just in time to take the round. And that would have been an even more devastating shot had it been the opportunity. Finally, we're going to see some new infantry coming in for Panzer Grenadier, but it's a Grenadier squad at 52 minutes. It's a teensy bit too late, my friends, if I can say so myself. Now, other rounds come in from this broom bar, and he says, you know what, I don't care that we're against the ropes. I want to go and get some more kills to my name before the game ends. Wouldn't be too much of a problem if there wasn't a comment out there, as well as that lost Shrek, as well as that 6-pounder with now 3 stars of veterancy. So while Fredbrik had been hurting severely before for veterancy, now his troops are right back on top of it. And doing rather well, too, if I may say so myself. Of course, I say that, too, and 40% of one squad gets turned into spaghetti sauce. But the Grenadiers might not make it out of here alive either. Both the mortar pits and the captured mortar from the Germans will see them off the field. P-Grants have rushed themselves into another mine. They run into another wave of gunfire. And I dare say this might be the end of the game, my friends. A Stukos of Fus is getting created. Kind of unique idea. I'm kind of wondering, can this Elephant take out the Comet before the game ends? The answer to that one apparently is no. And indeed, if broom bar gets taken out, what was that by? By the armor-piercing sniper, or was that a Piat? Either way, it's kind of embarrassing. A marvelous piece of German engineering gets defeated in such an ignoble fashion. The last thing to get used is vehicle crew repairs. It will drop down, and there's a little bit of smoke for that Comet. The Comet's only got 1 kill, but that kill counted, didn't it? Nope, never mind, it's just infantry. Screw it. So, yes, folks, there you have it. A 53-minute and 32-second game. Well played to both players, but congratulations to Fredbrik for pulling out the big W. Guys, just this end of this later part of this game has definitely been a consistent example of why you must preserve your infantry to the late game. And also, you really need to make sure you deal with your opponent's snipers. This has been very much a highlighting of how to bleed your opponent in 53 minutes. I would say 7 days, but it's really not that long of a game. Nevertheless, well played to both players. Guys, that's going to be it for me. If you like what you see, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to be doing my best to give you, like I said, some look into the different maps and build orders. But for the time being, this is me calling it quits. You all have a great day. Take it easy. This is Con Org signing off.